Hello and welcome to the Eclectic Collection. Today, episode 23, Icky Sunday Night Feeling. This is a particularly painful episode for me because Icky Sunday Night Feeling is a very real thing. I've always had it. I've always suffered from it. If you also suffer from it, you know what I mean. It's that invariable anxiety that occurs on Sunday, and it can happen all day. I wish I could tell you it's just Sunday night, although I feel like it gets worse as the day goes on. But it's that icky feeling, that ooginess that you feel on Sunday with the impending doom of Monday. And I personally think that it's horrific when you're in school, especially when you're little. At least that's when I first started suffering from it. And since I'm a teacher by profession, I never really left Icky Sunday Night Feeling, although people in the normal workforce tell me that they suffer from it as well. It's different because in my world, there is still homework and you are still taking home work to do, whereas normal people leave an office on a Friday and don't have to think about it again until Monday. Not that there aren't things to do or projects and whatnot, but those people are also paid accordingly, but we won't talk about that. That's a different episode for another time. But it's that idea that you're icky, you're waiting for something bad to happen, you're having anxiety. It's just the super oogs. I can't stand it. And it would start for me when I was a little kid. Now, I was always conscientious, so personally, I was always worried about, did you have your homework done? And I was the kid that would go home and have it done on Friday, so that I wouldn't do that, or I could avoid Icky Sunday Night Feeling as much as possible. But there's no escaping it. I mean, I still have it. It's awful. It's particularly awful in September and January, right before you start a school year and right before you go back after a long break. It doesn't really happen over that spring break situation because there's light at the end of the tunnel and hope. But it definitely happens. And maybe not so much at Thanksgiving break because you know that you only have a finite amount of time before the holidays and then you're off for that winter break. But as a teacher and certainly as a student, and I always had this, I would just have actual anxiety to the point where I was often nervous, stomach in knots. I was constantly worrying about something. And no matter what I was doing or what activity I was in, it didn't stop me from going places and doing things on a Sunday. But I found this dread thought or feeling that would happen on Sundays. Friday and Saturday, I seemed to be okay. It was like, yippee, I got out on Friday afternoon. And then Saturday, I would do whatever. But Sunday, ugh. And now I notoriously would sleep late. I mean, I try and catch Z's anytime I can. So I'm definitely a late sleeper still. But Sunday, notoriously, I would sleep later and therefore have a harder time going to bed. Not to mention it was compounded with whatever thoughts I had of, did I finish that? Did I do that? Did I study enough? Whatever, which of course I always did. Let's be real. I was a good kid. But people have this. And then it translates into adulthood with work. And it could be just kind of going through the checklist in your mind and having another thought about, did I do that? Did I do it the best way? What about maybe you have a partner on a project or you have a client that's particularly difficult or the communication might have been fuzzy and you just second guess yourself. And unfortunately, it's what makes us look at the computer at 2 o'clock in the morning or double check the phone or go to the email or did that fax come through? And it just kind of compounds with interest your whole life. I would joke that in teacher world, August is the Sunday of summer because as much as it's August and you're still off, you're totally thinking about that in-service you have to do or going back. And it's not that I don't enjoy teaching or my kids. I love it. It's just that all the meetings and the yuck that goes with it, that's the part you really hate. It's not so much the learning or the doing homework or grading of a paper. It's more that idea that it is new and it can be fun and you get into a groove, but until you get into that groove, the unknown is scary. And a lot of people, myself included, detest change and just want things to stay happy ever after, status quo, yippee skippy. So that upsets me, always has. And I wonder if I ever get to retire, providing I don't get hit by a school bus first, if I actually get to retire ever someday, will Icky Sunday Night Feeling go away? I'm not sure. Good old Father Corkery, R.I.P., he used to say, Monday mornings are the Friday nights of my life. And it's just funny because always subscribed to that, and I thought, oh, it was never something I was going to be good at. I'm not a morning person. I'm totally a night owl. I've always been. And I really hate good morning, too. Like, if we're playing on this, people are like, oh, good morning. I'm like, I always say hi and I acknowledge people, but you're never going to hear good morning out of my mouth. I think it's because it's ingrained Catholic school behavior, and I was so used to that. Good morning, so-and-so. Good morning, sister. Good morning, father. I don't like good morning. There's nothing good about morning. I say that all the time. So people will be like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, I'm alive. You know, how you doing? Yeah, I'm still here. I just hate morning. And I'm really not awake until several hours into the school day. But if it was up to me, school would be like 11 to 2 or 11 to 3. But nobody goes for it. I offer all the time. And it's funny because even in college, I still had it. Now, college, you're pretty much on your own schedule. And it's really about time management. And nobody packed more classes into their collegiate schedule than I did. I was a freak and I triple majored, but totally still got it. There were some semesters it wasn't as bad, but I still have it. And it's at the point now where as an adult, I try not to have it. It's less, it is more controlled, but icky Sunday night feeling's a thing, man. It's a real thing. And I think that I am not alone in this. Everybody I know has it, had it, tried to shake it. And it's especially poignant after a vacation or a long time off. And now, given the way Earth has been on its ear for a while, I would think it's going to be particularly pronounced for the next couple of months, if not years, just attempting to return to normal. So here's me wishing you and myself away icky Sunday night feeling. Wishing you stress-free, no anxiety, peaceful thoughts, sweet dreams, and happy times, so that all is good at work or school, no matter what semester or project you're about to endeavor. If you liked what you heard, check us out at eclecticcollectionpodcast.com or follow us on your preferred platform. I'm Terry Tenaglia. Thanks for listening.